Twin Flames, and welcome to the DM to DF reading for Friday. So for today we're going to use the beautiful Soul Whispers Oracle by the amazing Bridget. So thank you, angels. What do the masculines want to say straight out the deck there? What do the masculines want to say today to the divine feminine? What does your masculine want you to know? So we're going to start with the two that absolutely flung themselves out of the deck here. We've got I'm so confused, I'm a mess. I'm so confused, I'm a mess. Now, straight away, the thing that was really drawing me in there, you can probably see you've got two halves of one flower, and it's coming back together. I'm so confused, I'm a mess. Why is he confused? Because he's not with you. Why is he a mess? Because he's not with you. When you come together, he feels whole again. He feels complete. And this is again about two halves of the same soul, you and your divine masculine coming back together. So this is another sign of communication and reconciliation coming in, and you and your twin coming back together. So you could even see, especially as we move towards the weekend, something that shows this to you. You may see something on social media where you see two things coming together, or one thing being put back together. You may see two halves of the same thing coming together. I feel you're going to see this in some physical way, because that's the way the masculine is showing this to you. Even if he's facing the other way right now. What I'm actually seeing this as, and that's very powerful, I'm seeing it that way, okay, because it isn't that, but you may see that I'm seeing this as a man's face and a woman's face facing in opposite directions, coming back together. That's what they show me intuitively. Now, obviously, the same-sex twin flames too. So you will see whatever you're meant to see in this picture right now. But it's this picture that is being shown to me very powerfully. And this is about the mind and that telepathic bond that you guys share. You are one, not just souls, but sometimes the way you think and the way you act, and that's why we mirror each other's energy. So you are being brought back together in a very powerful way. So the reason your masculine is confused is because he's not with you, and he feels a mess because he's not with you. Now remember, he feels a mess because he hasn't been loving himself, and he is now. He's starting to love himself, to recognize himself, to give back to himself, to be good to himself, and that's why he's making changes. So he feels a mess. He needs to get his armor on and feel strong and get himself together so he can move towards you. So he's dealing with confusion. He's dealing with feeling a mess, not just emotionally, but physically too. So he's getting himself sorted out so he can move back towards you. So if you've been having any ascension symptoms too, especially in the head, thank you, they're giving me fear. That comes up as like burpy energy. You may be experiencing that too. But especially, a lot of fear coming out there. Things connected with, what's coming up, what's coming out. So this can be connected with the stomach if you've been having any digestive issues, any stomach issues. Especially around this area here with the sinuses, the nose, the throat, the head, even eyes, aches. This is because he's dealing with what he needs to change. So that's why he's confused and he's a mess, because he's dealing with physical symptoms. And if you want to know more about what he's going through physically, watch the last few divine masculine readings I've done. He's had problems with his eyes. He's had problems with his face, his throat, flu-like symptoms, nausea, runny nose, bleeding nose, all kinds of things. Pains in his feet, pains in his hands, struggles. So that's why he feels a mess. He feels a mess physically as well as emotionally. And that's also confusing him, because he's thinking, why do I feel a mess? Because he doesn't really yet understand ascension, not the way you do. Okay, so he's thinking, why do I feel like I've got flu when I haven't? Or why am I experiencing these things? So he's confused. So he's trying to work out what's going on. I'm working on my issues, and he absolutely is. He's working on his issues. He's working on himself. He's facing his ego. He's dealing with his fears. He's dealing with his insecurities, especially his insecurity about moving towards you, because he feels a mess. He's worried you're going to reject him. You're not going to want him. That's his own fears. He's saying, you're my world. What a beautiful message. Divine feminine, you are my world. You're everything to me. What does that mean when we say someone is our world? It means they're all we can see. Everything, all of my plans include you, he's saying to you. You're my world, you're everything to me. Do you love me? So again, there's that insecurity there. Do you love me? Do you want me? Do you need me? Do you crave me? Do you feel attracted to me? Because I feel like a mess. This is what he's saying to you. I'm such a mess. Do you love me? How could you love a mess? How could you love me after the things I've done? So he wants to know this. So send him that love energetically, divine feminine. Allow him to feel it, because, you know, the masculines right now, they're pretty miserable. They're pretty miserable. They're not feeling good. They're feeling a mess. They're confused. They've got physical stuff going on, and they need your love and light more than ever. We both have work to do on ourselves. So he's also reminding you here from his higher self, if he's doing work, you're doing work too. You know, you're both working on your own self. You're both finding yourself. You're both understanding. You're both growing. You may feel a mess right now because you're connecting with all of this energy. But you're both working on yourself. You're both overcoming the past. And look what he's saying. I was wrong. I was wrong. I was wrong to say that to you, to do that to you. I was wrong to walk away from you. I was wrong. So he's owning up. He's admitting his truth. He's speaking it out. He's saying to you, I'm sorry I was wrong. I'm a mess. I'm a mess because I'm not with you, because I've let you down, I've hurt you. I haven't told you how I feel for a while. I was wrong. And I am planning to make it right, because you are my world. And that's what he's going through right now. And that's why he's experiencing all these physical things and he's feeling like a mess. So, you know, be patient with him. Give him time, because he needs to sort himself out. So if you've seen your masculine lately on social media or in the street or around, and he feels or looks like a mess, that's why. And he may, obviously, when the masculines are a mess, they are still amazing to the divine feminine. You know, George can get up in the morning, his hair's a mess, and he's just so, you know, to me. But he feels like a mess. So you may see that, you know, he just looks tired, or he looks drained or exhausted or older. Or, you know, maybe he's got bags under his eyes, or he doesn't look very well. That's because he's a mess. And he's a mess because he knows his life is a mess. Remember, what we give out, we get back. We see in our outside world what's going on in our inner world. So he feels like a mess because he is a mess. His life's a mess. He needs to change it. And that's why he's confused. But he's confused as to why he feels so And that's what he's currently healing. So he's dealing with all of this so he can return to you, because you are one. And whenever you are apart, even though you are strong and you are, you know, your own person and you are guided, you know, when you're together, things all kind of make sense. And that's what's going on with the masculine. Things make more sense when he's in your life. I hope this helps. Have a great day, and I'll see you soon.